Hamel, the sacred deer of the Black Owl Plains, met his demise. And his death heralded Iskael's return. Those who fled from the wolves found themselves isolated in the Abbey. Iskael, with the power of the Star Fragment and backed by a pack of ravenous wolves, set upon them. While the people cowered in terror, Henry rose to the occasion. He had always admired Hamel's courage, and he took heart from it now, urging the others to escape. As Henry desperately battled against the wolves, Iskael rushed towards him. Henry knew of Iskael's weak point. Hamel had come to him in a dream, showing him what he needed to know, and so Henry hurled his torch at the bottles of lamp oil in the storeroom. The oil ignited instantly, and with each fiery explosion, the very ground beneath their feet trembled. Henry was caught in the flames, along with Iskael. The others returned to the Abbey with the bones and ashes of Henry and the wolves. Now the people of Castleton hold a wolf hunting contest every year to honor the courage and sacrifice of the young hero.
Helpy, Mia helpy. Papa do you helpy? Mia purta. Wing happy. Haru papa sa helpy. Doi. Hey, do pig ma. Mia haupi. Nupi maupi. We have a happy. I don't know. Oh.
10 years ago, craftsmen in the employ of the Archeum Legion secretly visited the resistance soldiers at the observatory, offering a huge reward for aid in stealing gems from the goblins. The soldiers, who were suffering through a famine, were overwhelmed with temptation. All but 3 of them left the camp. While the guards were away, the waiting Archeum battle platoon readied for the attack. Watch Captain Henson understood the situation all too well. He told the 3 remaining guards to flee, and one of them, Ruffalo, escaped into the woods with his head hung low. Battling against an endless sea of enemies, the 2 remaining guards died horrible deaths. Henson, who lost an eye, rose again each time he fell, sword held high. Just as Henson, gravely wounded, neared his own death, Ruffalo returned. He had not fled at all, but instead brought reinforcements who drove back the enemy forces. Although the bravery of Henson and his men saved many lives, he blamed himself for the death of the soldiers and resigned as watch captain. 10 years later, he still quietly defends the front lines and is admired and respected by the local resistance forces. Gestal and
That can't have been an easy fight. You okay? We could take out Zeroth and rescue the children, thanks to you. But even with Zeroth's death, Khazar will never give up on Laslin. The Archeum Legion will be back. Many have gathered under the Resistance's banner to fight the Archeum. Brave, determined people, willing to risk their lives. People just like you. And humble, too. Rumors about you are already spreading through the newer. I've heard stories about a Starborn who'd come to Castleton and has been going around helping everyone they could find lately. Is that you? I heard what happened on Wisp Island, what happened 10 years ago, and how you went into a power frenzy. Many others in the Resistance also suffer because of this power, both from its side effects and from being hunted by Archeum. But that power has great potential too. If you join us, it may be possible to realize that potential. What do you say? I look forward to seeing you in action.
Everyone escaped safely, Da Vinci.
Sophia will lead the children safely to the village.
Let's head back.
As Revolupius's army swept across Laslin, Sophia and Rutain, siblings whose parents had died in the war, fled for their lives and lost their way in the Spider Forest. Their childhood friend Rob searched for them, at last discovering them hanging in a spider web, deep in a cave. The three children struggled to undo the webs, but in the end, they were all captured by the owner of the cave, Morokai, who meant to feed them to his spiders. At the very moment they thought it was all over, they heard the clash of weapons outside the cave. Rutain's hero, Captain Da Vinci, had been tracking Morokai when he found the trail left by the children. Backed by resistance soldiers, he rushed to the rescue. The hand that reached out to them in that time of despair planted dreams of heroism in the children's minds, and they resolved to become just like Da Vinci, aiding those in need. 10 years later, the strong and ambitious warrior Sophia, the charming and agile hunter Robert, and the gentle and kind wizard Rutain became known as the terrific trio of the Resistance.